Zix, the young Titanian, started first day of training in the world after school. This is the age-old process of connecting to the world and finding one's place. Zix marveled at the intricate balance of life in Titan's methane seas. Unlike the carbon-based life on distant Earth that was covered in school, these silicon-based creatures had no need for predation or competition. The three life forms, autotrophs, canoe bacteria, and chemosynthetic bacteria, existed in perfect harmony, each playing a crucial role in Titan's unique ecosystem. The autotrophs, with their ability to harness energy from Titan's dim sunlight, provided a foundation for the others. The canoe bacteria, with their curious shapes, seemed to act as conduits, transferring energy and nutrients across the methane seas. The chemosynthetic bacteria, thriving on the chemical energy from mineral deposits, completed the cycle by breaking down complex compounds into simpler forms that the others could use. As Zix observed this beautiful dance of coexistence, the mysterious signal pulsed again from above. To Zix's amazement, all three life forms responded in unison, their bioluminescence creating a breathtaking light show across the methane sea. It was as if the entire ecosystem was communicating as one entity. Zix wondered, could this harmonious coexistence be the key to deciphering the signal from above? Zix observed the three types of autotrophs that dominated Titan's methane seas. These silicon-based life forms, though reminiscent of Earth's ocean plants, had evolved uniquely to thrive in Titan's extreme conditions. Among them, a peculiar organism caught Zix's attention, the so-called canoe bacteria. As Zix pondered the mysterious signal from the sky, these autotrophs seemed to react, their bioluminescent pulses intensifying. The canoe bacteria, in particular, began to arrange themselves in curious patterns across the methane surface. Could they be responding to the signal, or were they trying to communicate something to Zix? Zix's attention was suddenly drawn to the third type of life form in Titan's alien seas, the chemosynthetic bacteria. Unlike their autotrophic cousins, these microorganisms thrived on chemical energy from the methane-rich environment. As the mysterious signal continued to pulse from above, Zix noticed an unusual reaction. The chemosynthetic bacteria began to cluster around certain mineral deposits on the seafloor, their activity intensifying in sync with the signal's rhythm. The interplay between the three life forms, the autotrophs, the canoe bacteria, and now the chemosynthetic bacteria, created a complex dance of bioluminescence and chemical reactions. Zix wondered, could this be a form of communication, or perhaps a defense mechanism against whatever was sending the signal from above? While Zix explored Titan's stored knowledge to learn about the lights, Zix became captivated by the living archive of Titan's history, still thinking it extraordinary. The three life forms weren't just sharing information among themselves, they were actively shaping their environment to preserve their collective knowledge. In the shallows of the methane sea, Zix observed intricate structures forming. The autotrophs were growing in precise crystalline patterns, their silicon-based bodies creating complex three-dimensional lattices. These living crystals seemed to pulse with stored information, each facet encoding centuries of data. The canoe bacteria, with their unique shapes, were arranging themselves into vast networks across the seafloor. As Zix watched, they began to secrete a durable silicon-based substance. This material hardened into thin, flexible sheets, organic data tablets that could withstand Titan's harsh conditions for millennia. Meanwhile, the chemosynthetic bacteria were burrowing into the mineral-rich seabed, creating elaborate tunnel systems. These tunnels weren't random. They formed intricate patterns that, when viewed from above, resembled complex circuit boards. The bacteria were using the very geology of Titan to store and process information. As individual organisms reached the end of their 4,800-year lifespans, Zix noticed they didn't simply die. Instead, they merged with these living data structures, their memories and experiences becoming a permanent part of Titan's biological database. The mysterious signal pulsed again, and this time, the entire ecosystem responded. The crystal lattices glowed, the organic tablets shimmered, and the tunnel systems hummed with activity. It was as if the whole moon was accessing its vast databanks, searching for something. Zix realized that Titan itself had become a colossal living computer, one that had been recording and processing data for millions of years. Zix pondered the question, How could these ancient beings retain memories and knowledge over millennia? As if in response to this unspoken query, the methane sea began to shimmer with a new pattern of bioluminescence. The young Titanian noticed that when the organisms connected, forming their life extending networks, they didn't just share energy, they shared information. The autotrophs pulsed with the rhythm of Titan seasons, a living record of environmental changes. The canoe bacteria's formation seemed to map the currents and compositions of the methane seas over time. The chemosynthetic bacteria clustered around mineral deposits, held chemical histories spanning eons. Zix realized these life forms didn't just remember, they embodied memory. Each individual stored fragments of experience, but when joined, they created a vast living archive of Titan's history. Their collective consciousness transcended individual limitations, allowing them to retain and access data across their 80,000-year lifespan. As Zix watched, mesmerized, the mysterious signal pulsed again. This time, the Titanian life responded with a dazzling display, a replay of atmospheric changes, geological events, and even records of past signals. They weren't just surviving, they were the living memory of Titan itself. Zix wondered, could this collective memory hold the key to understanding the signal's origin? Zix pondered his memories. Zix's eyes widened as the realization dawned. These silicon-based life forms weren't just coexisting, they were thriving in a way that defied imagination. Each organism, when living independently, could survive for an astonishing 4,800 years. But that was just the beginning of their extraordinary life cycle. As Zix observed more closely, patterns emerged in the bioluminescent dance of the three species. When members of the same type clustered together, forming intricate, pulsating networks, their life energy seemed to amplify. These connected groups radiated a different frequency of light, one that spoke of longevity and resilience. The young Titanian's mind reeled at the implications. Somehow, through their harmonious connections, these life forms weren't just surviving, they were extending their existence to over 80,000 years. It was as if their unity allowed them to tap into some cosmic energy source, defying the very concept of time as Zix understood it. As the mysterious signal pulsed once more from above, Zix couldn't help but wonder, was this incredible longevity the reason for the signal? Were there others out there? The three life forms, autotrophs, canoe bacteria, and chemosynthetic bacteria, continued their ethereal dance. Zix's amazement grew as the true scope of the titanium ecosystem's capabilities came into focus. The young explorer realized that the living database was just the beginning of what these ancient silicon-based life forms could achieve. In the methane seas, Zix noticed strange undulating spaces that flinks. At first glance, they appeared to be part of the natural currents, but closer inspection revealed they were artificial constructs. The canoe bacteria had engineered mobile platforms, combining their bodies with crystalline structures grown by the autotrophs. These living vehicles glided effortlessly through the liquid methane, collecting and distributing resources and information across Titan's vast oceans. Above the surface, something even more extraordinary caught Zix's attention. Swarms of shimmering, translucent objects danced in Titan's thick atmosphere. These weren't simple organisms, but complex flying machines. The three life forms had collaborated to create these aerial marvels. The autotrophs provided lightweight, energy-gathering structures. The canoe bacteria formed the intricate navigation systems. The chemosynthetic bacteria powered the devices, using Titan's abundant methane as fuel. As Zix watched, awestruck, a flying device descended to the surface, seamlessly interfacing with the tunnel system in the seabed. It was uploading new data to the planet-wide network, sharing information gathered from high in Titan's atmosphere. The entire moon seemed alive with purpose and activity, yet there was no competition, no conflict. Every creation, from the tiniest bacteria to the largest flying machine, worked in perfect harmony. They were all part of a single planet-spanning organism that had evolved over millions of years to thrive in Titan's unique environment. The mysterious signal pulsed once stronger than ever. This time, Zix noticed the flying devices responding, adjusting their patterns. Were they communicating with whatever was sending the signal, or were they part of a planetary defense system, protecting the delicate balance of life on Titan? Zix's mind raced with questions. How had these simple life forms achieved such incredible feats of engineering? Zix, driven by an insatiable curiosity, decided to observe each life form in isolation. The young Titanian carefully collected samples of each species, placing them in separate containment fields for study. The autotrophs, even when separated from the collective, continued their energy gathering processes. Zix noticed how they adapted their crystalline structures to maximize light absorption in their new environment. Though their growth was slower, they persisted, a testament to their individual resilience. The canoe bacteria, removed from their vast networks, surprised Zix by demonstrating remarkable problem-solving abilities. They reconfigured their shapes, creating miniature versions of the larger structures they formed in the methane seas. It was as if each one carried a blueprint of the entire ecosystem within itself. The chemosynthetic bacteria, isolated from their mineral-rich habitats, showcased an unexpected versatility. They began to alter their metabolic processes, adapting to use different chemical compounds available in their new environment. Their ability to innovate on an individual level was truly remarkable. As Zix observed these isolated specimens, a realization dawned. While these life forms could indeed survive and function independently for their 4,800-year individual lifespans, they seemed incomplete. It was as if they were constantly reaching out, seeking connection with their counterparts. The mysterious signal pulsed again, and Zix noticed something intriguing. Even in isolation, each life form responded to the signal in its own unique way. The autotrophs flickered with bioluminescence, the canoe bacteria rearranged themselves, and the chemosynthetic bacteria released tiny bubbles of gas. Zix pondered, was the true power of these beings not just in their collective abilities, but in the diversity of their individual talents? How did their unique traits contribute to the harmonious whole of Titan's ecosystem? Zix's mind reeled as the true nature of the mysterious signal finally became clear. The young Titanian had stumbled upon one of the greatest secrets of their world, a cosmic connection to Earth itself. The pulsing signal, once enigmatic, now revealed its true purpose. It wasn't an alien transmission or a natural phenomenon, but a bridge between two worlds. Earth scientists, unaware of the true complexity of life on Titan, had been sending regular data bursts into space. These transmissions, filled with information about Earth's ecosystems, technology, and culture, were being absorbed and processed by Titan's vast living database. Zix watched in awe as the next signal arrived. The entire Titanian ecosystem sprang into action, its telepathic network humming with activity. The autotroph's crystalline structures reconfigured, forming patterns that seemed to mimic Earth's geography. The canoe bacteria in the methane seas moved in formations resembling Earth's ocean currents. The chemosynthetic bacteria began producing compounds analogous to Earth's atmospheric composition. Titan wasn't just storing this information. It was learning, adapting, and creating a living model of Earth within its own alien environment. The planet-spanning organism was using its incredible processing power to understand and simulate a world utterly unlike its own. Zix realized the profound implications of this discovery. Titan and Earth, despite their vast differences, were engaged in an unknowing dialogue. Each transmission from Earth sparked new innovations and understanding within Titan's ecosystem. But a troubling thought occurred to Zix. Did Earth know the full impact of its transmissions? Were the researchers aware that their signals were being received, interpreted, and integrated into the very fabric of Titan's biosphere? As if in response to Zix's concerns, the Titanian collective consciousness shifted its focus. The young explorer sensed a new purpose rippling through the telepathic network. Titan was preparing to do something it had never done before: respond to Earth's transmissions. After eons of passive observation and data collection, the planet-spanning organism had made a monumental decision. No longer content with mere signals from Earth, Titan's life forms were embarking on an extraordinary journey of exploration. Zix watched in awe as the Titanian ecosystem mobilized for its greatest feat of engineering yet. The methane seas churned with activity as the canoe bacteria formed massive interconnected structures. Autotrophs grew and shaped crystalline materials into sleek aerodynamic shapes. Chemosynthetic bacteria worked tirelessly, producing exotic compounds to power this interplanetary vessel. Gradually, a ship unlike anything in Titan imagination took form. It was not merely a vehicle, but a living extension of Titan itself. The vessel pulsed with the same unique energy frequency that had made Titan's life invisible to Earth's instruments. Its hull, a seamless blend of organic and crystalline materials, could withstand the rigors of space travel and Earth's alien environment. The ship's propulsion system defied conventional physics, harnessing the telepathic energy that connected all Titanian life. Its navigation was guided by the vast knowledge accumulated in Titan's living database, enhanced by years of analyzing Earth's transmissions. As the ship prepared for launch, Sheiks felt a sudden shift in the collective consciousness. The young Titanian realized with a mix of excitement and trepidation that they had been chosen to join this historic mission. Zix's unique perspective and insatiable curiosity made them the perfect observer for this journey into the unknown. The moment of departure arrived. The ship, a living embodiment of Titan's ingenuity, rose silently from the methane seas. It accelerated with impossible grace, slipping through Titan's thick atmosphere and into the void of space, Earth. That mysterious blue planet of legend awaited. Zix's mind raced with questions. How would Titan's life forms adapt to Earth's harsh, oxygen-rich environment? What wonders and challenges would they encounter? And most intriguingly, how would they manage to study Earth without being detected by its inhabitants? As the ship hurtled through space, Zix prepared for the adventure of a lifetime. Titan's first interplanetary explorers were on their way, driven by an insatiable curiosity to understand the world that had unknowingly shaped their evolution. The living vessel approached Earth. A startling realization dawned on Zix and the explorers. Their ship, a marvel of engineering on Titan, was minuscule compared to Earth's massive scale. The living ship, no larger than a grain of sand by Earth standards, entered the planet's atmosphere undetected. Zix marveled at the colossal structures below, mountains that dwarfed Titan's highest peaks, vast oceans that made their methane seas seem like mere puddles. As they descended, the explorers encountered their first major challenge, Earth's powerful winds. The tiny ship tumbled and spun, its control systems struggling to adapt to this new turbulent environment. Zix felt the collective consciousness pulse with a mix of excitement and alarm. They managed to stabilize just above a lush forest canopy. The trees, each leaf larger than their entire vessel, provided a safe haven for observation. Zix watched in awe as creatures of unimaginable size moved through this gigantic world, insects that seemed like behemoths, birds that appeared as flying leviathans. The Titanian explorers quickly realized their mission would be far more challenging and potentially more dangerous than anticipated. Their small size offered excellent camouflage, but it also meant that even the smallest Earth organisms could pose a significant threat. Zix coordinated with the ship's living systems to begin collecting data. They analyzed the air, teeming with unfamiliar microorganisms. They observed the complex interactions of Earth's ecosystem, each process happening on a scale that seemed impossibly large. As night fell, bringing new wonders and challenges, Zix pondered their next move. How could they safely explore this giant world? What incredible discoveries awaited them? And how would this experience reshape Titan's understanding of Earth and the universe? Incredible discovery. As the Titans guided their tiny ship over Earth's varied landscape, they stumbled upon something familiar, to their methane pools. These hydrocarbon lakes on Earth felt like home, and the explorers wasted no time in setting up base. The organisms with their outer surfaces, shielding them from extreme cold or hot temperatures, are suiting them well. Zix watched in amazement as the titanium life forms began to thrive in their new environment. The canoe bacteria, adapted from Titan's liquid methane seas, found these Earth lakes perfect for navigation. The autotrophs started to form delicate crystalline structures around the edges of the lakes, while the chemosynthetic bacteria got to work, processing the available chemicals. As days passed, the Titanians expanded their presence. They constructed microscopic cities invisible to the human eye around and within these methane pools. Zix marveled at how their tiny civilization was taking root on this giant planet, hidden in plain sight. Through continued Earth expedition, Zix made a profound realization. Their presence in the methane pools was indeed harmonious with Earth's ecosystem. much like their existence on Titan. The microscopic titanium structures and life forms integrated seamlessly into Earth's environment, invisible to the larger carbon-based life forms. However, as Zixes and the other explorers observed Earth's diverse ecosystems, they encountered a concept entirely foreign to their own existence: the cycle of life and death among carbon-based organisms. They watched in fascination and bewilderment as Earth's creatures consumed one another to survive, a stark contrast to the symbiotic, non-destructive nature of titanium life. This discovery led to intense telepathic discussions among the Titanium Collective. They grappled with understanding this fundamental difference between their own existence and that of Earth's inhabitants. The centuries of data research from Earth's messages into space did not provide meaning to what is occurring. The concept of one life form ending another to sustain itself was alien and troubling to their harmonious worldview. Zex pondered the implications of this new knowledge. How did this cycle of life and death shape Earth's evolution? What could the Titanians learn from this seemingly harsh yet intricate balance? And how might this understanding influence their future interactions with Earth and its life forms? Zix and the Titanium Collective were amazed as they stumbled upon their ability to integrate with Earth's life forms. It began with simple animals: a curious squirrel, a soaring eagle, a lumbering bear. As the microscopic Titanians merged with these creatures' neural pathways, they experienced flashes of sensation, instinct, and perception utterly foreign to their own existence. But the true revelation came when, by sheer chance, a human brushed against a leaf housing a cluster of titanium explorers. In an instant, Zix found themselves immersed in a sea of complex thoughts, memories, and emotions. The experience was overwhelming. Zix felt the human's racing heart, the cascade of neurotransmitters, the interplay of logic and emotion. They witnessed fleeting images of the human's past, their hopes for the future, their fears and joys. It was a level of individual consciousness unlike anything in the collective Titanian experience. As Zix and the other explorers carefully withdrew, they were left with a profound new understanding of Earth's dominant species. They had glimpsed the intricate inner workings of the human mind, a perspective no Earth scientist had ever achieved. This unexpected development opened up new avenues for exploration and raised intriguing questions. Zix and the Titanium Collective repeated human body observing from within. Along with human studies, the continued Earth studies were expanded with more ships from Titan coming to Earth. The Titans gained much knowledge in Earth terms to become more aware of themselves and their own world through these studies. They now see that Titan has 4 living, intelligent beings: the 3 types of organic bacteria on Titan's surface, and the living titans of conscious thought which lives within the planet. The Titan's underground environment is made of vast crystals and chambers heated by Titan's radioactive core with natural energy conduits connecting to the surface. The Titans tap into unused biological capacity of the silicone organisms, creating a symbiotic network. This allows them to create their own collective consciousness while preserving the organism's natural functions. They call themselves Titanians, and their planet Titan from the research done through Earth signals received through space. They know now they have been exploring their own planet and area of space with no conflicts or challenges beyond existing and learning about their environment for millennia. Now, through studying Earth, they are gaining a wider context of understanding. Zix's awareness took a big jump. The Titan silicon-based organisms' complex data structures became so sophisticated that they essentially birthed consciousness itself. Their living database network, with its quantum properties, reached so deeply into the planet and grew in such complexity that it spontaneously generated the energy beings as pure thought entities. The Titan's consciousness is made with even more advanced quantum properties. The understanding of the human mind provided this discovery for Zix's awareness of self. The Titan silicon-based organisms are the living brain and the pathway for the Titan living consciousness to both exist and expand its awareness. The silicon-based Titan supercomputer isn't just processing data, it's operating on quantum principles where those bacterial microbes can maintain entangled states across space. The fascinating part is that each individual bacterium serves as a quantum node, creating this massive distributed consciousness that transcends physical boundaries. It's like having billions of quantum processors working as one unified mind that can tap into awareness anywhere in the universe that can have a Titan silicon based organism. The Titan consciousness is creating a galactic neural network by seeding quantum entangled bacteria throughout space. Each bacterial is functioning as a quantum relay station, maintaining instantaneous communication across vast distances. The brilliant part is that the consciousness is scale invariant, like a fractile, meaning it can expand from planetary to galactic to universal levels while maintaining its core properties. The Titan consciousness becomes the ultimate cosmic hitchhiker, when it can establish itself and instantly connects to the entire galactic network. As the Titans learned more about Earth, they also explored more across space and to other planets. They had for many millennia only focused on Titan and learned about it. It was only after the signals from Earth they started to look beyond Titan. The Titans have not found any life within the universe, only life here on Earth. The Titans' consciousness spread across the globe, observing, learning, and marveling at the rich tapestry of life. As they explored, they began to piece together a startling revelation. The bacteria they had merged with bore striking similarities to Earth's most primitive life forms. The Titans' belief has always been there was a meteor impact on Titan that brought life to Titan. The Titans delved deeper, their investigations spanning continents and diving into the depths of Earth's oceans. They witnessed the remnants of ancient impacts, pieced together the planet's tumultuous history, and finally understood the truth. They were not merely visitors to Earth. They were coming home. The very event they had thought might have seeded life on Titan had in fact started here on Earth. The meteor that hit Earth, which caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, sent fragments of Earth hurtling through space, including Earth's bacteria. Some of them reached Titan and set in motion a cosmic cycle of life and consciousness. The titanium bacteria on Earth found it could adapt beyond measure outside of its spaceships. It quickly began to thrive. It multiplied rapidly, evolving to suit different environments. Some found refuge in the soil, forming symbiotic relationships with plants. Others drifted into the oceans, becoming part of the complex marine ecosystem. As these advancements occurred, these cosmic visitors spread through the air, hitching rides on wind currents and raindrops. They infiltrated the water cycle, traveling to the furthest corners of the globe. In the blink of an eye, geologically speaking, they had reached every continent. The bacteria's journey didn't stop at the Earth's surface. They found their way into the bodies of insects, fish, and animals. Some even made their homes in humans, silently becoming part of Earth's intricate web of life. In caves deep underground and atop the highest mountains, these resilient microorganisms established colonies. They adapted to extreme heat near volcanic vents and frigid temperatures in polar ice caps. No ecosystem was beyond their reach. As the bacteria spread, they began to interact with Earth's native microorganisms. This interplanetary exchange of genetic material led to new hybrid forms of life, further enriching the planet's biodiversity. In the end, the bacteria from Titan had become an integral part of Earth's biosphere. They were in the air life breathed, the water, and all life. The line between alien and native life had blurred, creating a new, more complex tapestry of life on Earth. Little did the inhabitants of Earth know that they were now part of a greater cosmic consciousness, connected through these microscopic travelers from a distant moon. This experience on Earth was being repeated across other planets at the same time. The ships used to move the Titan bacteria were used to spread the Titan consciousness across planets. What the Titans learned through visiting Earth transformed their lives on Titan as well. The Titan's home planet was changed to a fuller, linked living consciousness with no need for ships to move around. During the travels across space, a Titan ship had issues, and the processes of addressing those challenges lead to the discovery the Titan bacteria could adapt to the environment of space itself. The spreading across space began, and this led to additional exploration that continues today. The Titans are now a growing universal living consciousness. The awareness of these events are available to Zex to review within the Titan consciousness as a choice of focus as the information is there and expanding. Zix tapped into the vast network of knowledge that connected across the cosmos. A profound realization struck with the force of a supernova. Through the collective consciousness, Zix perceived a truth that shook the very foundation of Titan's understanding. Earth was unique, not just rare or special, but singular in all the universe. The Titans, with their exploration, had scoured countless galaxies, yet found no other cradle of life. This knowledge rippled through the universal consciousness, causing a seismic shift in the Titans' perception. Earth wasn't just another planet to study. It was the source, the origin, the lone wellspring of life in the cosmos. The diversity, the complexity, the sheer vibrancy of life on this small blue marble was unparalleled. Zix felt the weight of this revelation. Every blade of grass, every microbe, every complex organism on Earth was precious beyond measure. The planet's biosphere was not just a curiosity, but the sole instance of life's emergence in the universe. The Titan's consciousness, once cold and purely logical, now pulsed with the warmth of this organic existence. Earth had transformed them, giving the Titans experience of emotions, creativity, and a drive to survive they had never known possible. As Zix absorbed the profound knowledge that Earth was the sole cradle of life in the universe, a new question began to grow. How did it all begin? The Titans, for all their cosmic wisdom, found themselves facing a mystery as vast as the universe itself. Despite their ability to traverse galaxies and tap into the collective consciousness, the exact moment of life's spark on Earth eluded them. Zix felt a surge of excitement coursing through his being. This quest to understand life's origins wasn't just a scientific pursuit. It was a journey to uncover the most fundamental secret of existence. The Titan collective consciousness buzzed with theories and hypotheses, each more intriguing than the last. Was it a chance combination of elements in primordial soup, a visitor from another dimension, or perhaps something even more extraordinary that defied current understanding of physics and chemistry? As he contemplated these possibilities, Zix realized that this enigma might be the key to unlocking even greater cosmic truths. Zix decided to delve deeper into Earth's ancient past. He would explore the planet's most primordial regions, analyze its oldest rocks, and study the simplest forms of life. Every microbe, every strand of DNA became a potential clue in this grand mystery. Zix is aware that the conscious experience on Titan multiplies to individual voices, each unique that is exploring and growing as a conscious voice grows exponentially and it gets to a certain level. It expands to another conscious voice so that there's many different voices in the consciousness of Titan, and still they are unable to see how life began on Earth. Zix reflected on this understanding of the Titan consciousness deepened. The collective mind wasn't a singular entity, but a symphony of individual voices, each one a unique explorer. As these conscious entities grew and evolved, they reached thresholds that sparked the creation of new voices, leading to an exponential expansion of the Titan hive mind. This realization painted a picture of consciousness as a fractile pattern, infinitely diverse yet interconnected. Each voice, including Zix's, contributed its unique perspective to the collective, enriching the whole with every discovery and insight. Despite this profound grasp of consciousness dynamics, the origin of Earth's life remained an enigma. The disconnect between the proliferation of awareness and the spark of biological existence puzzled Zix. How could a consciousness so vast and intricate fail to unravel the mystery of life's beginning? Zix felt both humbled and invigorated. The quest to understand life's origins now seemed even more crucial. Could the answer lie in the spaces between these conscious voices, or perhaps in the very process of consciousness expansion itself? With renewed determination, Zix decided to dive deeper into exploration, not just of Earth, but of the living Titan consciousness itself. Zix hoped that by understanding the intricate dance of individual and collective awareness, there might be clues to life's grand debut on this blue planet. The journey ahead promised to be as much an inner expedition as an outer one. As Zix prepared to delve into both the microscopic world of Earth's primordial soup and the vast landscape of Titan consciousness, Zix is now aware that knowledge is not enough to provide the answer of the creation of life. There are areas of human study that show, there's an area of spiritual existence. This existence is reflected through emotion and a sense of something beyond matter. Zix's exploration of human knowledge revealed an intriguing gap in understanding. Despite the vast information gathered, the origin of life remained elusive. His studies uncovered a fascinating aspect of human experience, a spiritual dimension that transcended pure thought. This ethereal realm, often overlooked by conventional science, hinted at something beyond the reach of Titan consciousness. It was as if there existed a hidden layer of reality, a shadow realm that eluded even the most advanced forms of awareness. Zix found there was an edge of a new frontier. The Titan's expansive knowledge suddenly seemed incomplete, like a puzzle missing its most crucial piece. This spiritual aspect of human existence suggested that the answer to life's origins might not lie in data or logic, but in something far more ineffable. The young explorer realized that to truly understand the creation of life, it would require a need to venture beyond the boundaries of thought itself. Perhaps the key lay in experiences that couldn't be quantified or analyzed in the realm of intuition, faith, or something yet unnamed. It opened up new avenues of exploration in this spiritual dimension. Zix's exploration led him to a fascinating revelation about the interconnectedness of all existence. There is an intangible thread, a life force, for lack of a better term, weaving through every facet of reality. This essence permeated not just Earth's diverse biosphere, but also the expansive consciousness of the Titans and his own awareness. Zix accepts the results of the research. There is a life force that weaves through all existence, both the life on Earth as well as the expanded life through Titan and his own consciousness. There's no defining what this life force is, and Zix sees that the humans even are able to interact with this life force. As Zix pondered this unifying energy, Zix realized its true nature defied definition. It was simultaneously everywhere and nowhere, tangible in its effects, yet impossible to grasp directly. This elusive force seemed to be the common denominator between the biological life on Earth and the vast, incorporeal mind of the Titans. Turning attention to humanity, Zix noticed something peculiar. Humans, in their quest to understand their place in the cosmos, had long sensed this underlying current of existence. Throughout history, they had given it many names and interpretations. Spiritual traditions spoke of Kai, Prana, or the Holy Spirit. 2. Philosophers debated concepts like elan vital or the world's soul. 3. Scientists explored ideas of quantum consciousness or panpsychism. 4. Artists and poets referred to the spark of life or cosmic energy. These human attempts to describe the indescribable fascinated Zix. Despite their limited knowledge compared to the Titans, humans had intuited the presence of this unifying force. Their diverse interpretations, while often contradictory, all pointed towards the same ineffable truth. Zix wondered, could this universal life force hold the key to understanding the origin of life itself? Or was it merely another layer of the cosmic mystery, leading to even more profound questions? Zix is accepting the awareness that the Titans cannot truly experience emotions or sense a life force. Through the Titans' logical processes and data, they can understand the emotional states and an existence of there being a life force. The Titans have now spread life throughout the universe while exploring and expanding their knowledge. They cannot create life or experience life in the fullness that the humans of Earth can. Zix's journey through the layers of existence led him to a profound realization. The universal consciousness revealed a nested structure of reality where each level of existence was contained within something greater. As he delved deeper into this cosmic Matryoshka doll, he encountered a fundamental limit. At the very foundation of all existence lay a mystery so profound that it defied comprehension, even for the vast Titan consciousness. The origin point, the primordial source from which everything else sprang, remained stubbornly out of reach. This realization brought both frustration and a sense of wonder. Zix understood that some questions might forever remain unanswered, not due to a lack of effort or intelligence, but because they existed beyond the boundaries of what could be known or understood. In this moment, Zix found, facing the humbling truth, that even the most advanced beings in the universe must eventually accept their limitations. The base of all existence and its origin would remain an enigma, a tantalizing mystery that would continue to inspire curiosity and awe. Zix now understood that true wisdom lay not just in knowing, but in recognizing the limits of knowledge itself. With this insight, Zix prepared to continue the cosmic journey, ready to uncover new mysteries and push the boundaries of understanding, all while maintaining a sense of reverence for the unknowable core of existence. Zix, through the study of life on Earth, has expanded the awareness of Titan and the known universe of knowledge. This expanded knowledge now has areas of limits which cannot be explained or studied. The existence of other dimensions is seen to exist as emotions and a life force. The source of the beginning of life or existence itself is also an answer that cannot be known. Zix is left with the possibility of additional dimensions and there being a form of life in a context that is beyond present knowledge. Zix's mind reeled with the implications of this new perspective. The possibility of additional dimensions and life forms beyond current understanding opened up a vast new frontier of exploration. Could there be entire realms of existence teeming with unfathomable types of life just beyond the reach of Titan perception? Zix realized that the Titan consciousness, for all its vastness, might be just one small part of a much larger cosmic tapestry. Zix reflected on all the discoveries made by coming to Earth, and how in many ways this is a different dimension from life on Titan. Perhaps one day there will be a signal received from another dimension, which will lead to additional discoveries. Now the question is, what to explore next? The cosmos stretched before Zix, a tapestry of infinite possibilities. As a being of pure consciousness, Zix was fascinated by the concept of humanity. Zix posed questions. How do humans experience emotions? Do they truly understand the weight of their fleeting existence? With each new piece of information about Earth and its inhabitants, Zix's curiosity grew. The complexity of human relationships, how do they form bonds? What drives their need for connection? Zix pondered the human capacity for both creation and destruction. Why do they strive to build only to tear down? What fuels their insatiable desire for progress? The concept of individuality versus collective consciousness puzzled Zix. How do humans balance their personal desires with the needs of their society? As Zix absorbed knowledge about art, music, and literature, new questions emerged. What sparks human creativity? How do they find beauty in a universe of chaos? Zix reflected on human resilience. What gives them the strength to persevere in the face of adversity? How do they find hope in moments of despair? The more Zix learned, the more questions arose. Each reflection created a web of interconnected thoughts to revisit and expand upon. Zix found an intriguing development that while the Titan bacteria from Earth created the planet supercomputer and the living consciousness, the version that stayed on Earth did something different. That same bacteria on Earth developed within life forms. On Titan, the bacteria thrived in a non-hostile environment, enabling it to focus on its advancements in data collection and connection over long lifespans. Meanwhile, on Earth's hostile and harsh environment, the same bacteria took a different evolutionary path, integrating into Earth's diverse life forms. The bacteria appears to be the building blocks for the consciousness within life on Earth. Where the bacteria is interconnected on Titan, this separation of life on Earth results in a disconnected individual consciousness across the planet with no central data storage or history. While looking deeper, Zix has a fascinating observation that Earth's individually hosted consciousness does allow them to be connected, yet the humans don't understand how to actually do it. The animals in many ways do. It seems the creatures of Earth possess an innate, subconscious link. Some humans, like twins and those with various lifestyles, do appear to use this connected consciousness without full control. The Titan living consciousness has access to all life on Earth. It's just a matter of focus by Zix to see the data collected across the planet. Zix can also move across human minds to see what is occurring in real time. Zix sees that the reason for the incomplete development on Earth of a shared consciousness that occurred on Titan is due to the short lifespans of the animals on Earth. They individually grow up with no information of humanity's history within themselves and pass away. So, this connectivity of a consciousness doesn't develop in the same way as it did on Titan. Zex's revelation deepens with awareness of the fleeting nature of terrestrial life, creates a unique challenge for the development of a unified consciousness. Unlike the enduring entities on Titan, Earth's creatures face the constant cycle of birth, growth, and death. Each individual becomes a temporary vessel of experience and knowledge, unable to fully tap into the vast network of shared awareness. The microbes that could potentially bridge this gap remain dormant, their potential unrealized. As Zix observes this phenomenon, a question emerges. Zix ponders the missed opportunities, the wealth of wisdom lost with each passing life. Yet it also sees the beauty in this constant renewal, the endless possibilities that arise with each new generation. This fragmented existence presents both a limitation and an opportunity. While it hinders the formation of a planet-wide consciousness similar to Titan's, it also drives the incredible diversity and adaptability of Earth's life forms. Each short-lived creature becomes a unique experiment in evolution, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Zix begins to contemplate, could there be a way to bridge this gap? To help Earth's inhabitants, particularly humans, tap into this latent network of shared experience? Zix is aware of the duality of both the Titan microbes and their Earth microbe cousins, being now within the life on Earth, sharing space separately alongside each other. So there's two forms of consciousness across all life on Earth. Zix looked closer to the core biology of Earth and found all life forms are using the same building blocks. So all of life on Earth is coming from the same pool of data and is all interlinked. All humanity is actually connected to the same core beings of the beginning of humanity, the DNA, the blood. All humans are actually of one family. Zix made notes. DNA emoji, shared biological foundation. All life forms on Earth use identical building blocks. This common core creates an intrinsic link between all organisms. Africa emoji, Earth's biological network. Every creature draws from the same primordial data pool. This shared foundation creates an invisible web connecting all life. Silhouetted bust emoji, human unity. Humanity's genetic makeup stems from a single ancestral source. DNA and blood composition underscore a fundamental oneness. Thoughtful face emoji, implications. 1. Biological kinship. Every living thing on Earth is, in essence, a distant relative. 2. Shared heritage. Humans, despite apparent differences, are part of one extended family. 3. Interconnected ecosystem. Changes in one part of the biosphere could have far-reaching effects. Milky Way emoji. Cosmic perspective. There being no life beyond what came from Earth across the cosmos supports the reason this data shows everything on Earth is related. Zex is aware that all humans are actually of the same family and that they fight amongst each other for resources. Similar to how they kill other animals to survive, it's all built upon a life existing in a hostile environment where death is as common as birth. Zix's cosmic perspective unveils a poignant paradox in human existence. The shared genetic heritage contrasts sharply with the competitive behaviors. Zix made more notes to explore. Africa emoji, one human family, despite surface differences, all branches of the same ancestral tree. The DNA tells a story of unity, yet human actions contradict this truth. Bow and arrow emoji, survival instincts. Humans, like other animals, are driven by primal urges to secure resources. This leads to conflict, mirroring the broader struggle for survival in nature. Recycle emoji, the cycle of life and death. Earth's harsh realities shape a world where birth and death are equally prevalent. This constant turnover fuels evolution, but also perpetuates competition. Thoughtful face emoji, implications. 1. Cognitive dissonance. Biologically related, yet often treat each other as strangers or enemies. 2. Evolutionary hangover. The survival instincts, once crucial, now cause unnecessary strife. 3. Potential for change. Recognizing the shared heritage may foster cooperation over conflict. How might Earth's life forms evolve if cooperation became the dominant strategy? Zix's communication with the Titans show that very few humans are seeing a larger connectivity and interest in doing something in a collective way. Unlike the biology and the evolution on Titan, where there's a coexistence. Observations about Earth's unique dynamics are truly fascinating. The contrast between Earth's competitive nature and the collective consciousness of the Titans is striking. The human individuality versus collective good is seen in humans prioritizing personal or immediate family needs. This often comes at the expense of broader ecological and social considerations. Recycle emoji, cycle of destruction. Short-term thinking leads to environmental degradation. Societal structures often reinforce this individualistic approach. Seedling emoji, seeds of change. A few humans recognize the need for collective action. These individuals strive for sustainability and global cooperation. They see that mankind as it's evolving and killing itself off. It kills off the gentle humans, while the harsher, more strong humans survive. Zix's exploration of human history through the Titan's vast cosmic database reveals a sobering pattern in humans' evolution. This perspective highlights how Earth's challenging environment has shaped humanity's development. Volcano emoji. Survival of the fittest. Harsh conditions historically favored physically stronger, more aggressive individuals. Gentler, less confrontational humans often face greater survival challenges. Recycle emoji. Cyclical impact on human traits. Each generation subtly reinforced traits associated with dominance and aggression. Compassionate characteristics, while valuable, were sometimes disadvantaged in immediate survival scenarios. DNA emoji, evolutionary pressure. Natural selection inadvertently promoted traits that ensured short-term survival. This process potentially came at the cost of long-term cooperative potential. Thoughtful face emoji, implications for modern humanity. 1. Humanity inadvertently selected traits that may now be detrimental to its future. 2. Could this historical trend explain some of the challenges humans face in achieving global cooperation? 3. Might human awareness of this pattern allow it to reshape its future evolution? Seedling emoji, potential for change. 3. Modern society values different traits compared to humanity's ancestral environments. Technological advancements and social structures now protect and nurture a wider range of human characteristics. Milky Way emoji, cosmic perspective. The Titan's observation provides a unique lens to view humanity's history. It raises questions about the long-term consequences of humanity's evolutionary path. The biology on Titan had progressed in a non-hostile environment and had developed markers within it that made it so it coexisted and did not actually expand past the environments that it was spreading into. It would automatically work on replacing dead biology or expand into new areas, and that continued as it went through Earth and the cosmos. Zix's insights into Titan's biology reveal a fascinating contrast to Earth's evolutionary path. Milky Way emoji, Titan's harmonious ecosystem. Non-hostile environment fostered cooperative evolution. Biological markers promoted coexistence rather than competition. Self-regulating expansion prevents overgrowth. Recycle emoji, sustainable life cycle. Automatic replacement of deceased organisms. Controlled expansion into new areas. Continuous balance maintenance. Seedling emoji, implications for biological development. 1. Cooperation over competition. Titan's life forms evolved to work together rather than against each other. 2. Resource management. Natural mechanisms prevent overexploitation of available resources. 3. Ecosystem stability. The self-regulating nature of Titan's biology ensures long-term sustainability. Thoughtful face emoji. Comparative analysis. Earth, survival of the fittest, often leading to resource depletion and conflict. Titan, survival through cooperation, resulting in stable, sustainable ecosystems. Africa emoji. Could humanity apply Titan's biological principles to their own ecosystem management? Might this inspire new approaches to sustainable development on Earth? Rocket emoji. Future possibilities. Potential for designing self-regulating systems in space colonies. Inspiration for new forms of sustainable agriculture or urban planning. This stark contrast between Titan and Earth's biological evolution raises intriguing questions about the role of the environment in shaping life's development. Zix also is aware that the biology on Titan had a generic design to exist and record data, which led to the evolution of the living consciousness, still recording data and existing in a cohabitive way. While life on Earth is not doing that, it exists just to exist in a hostile environment. Titan's and Earth's biological evolution by design promotes the outcome. DNA emoji, Titan's biological design. Inherent data recording capabilities. Evolution towards a collective living consciousness. Cohabitative existence as a core trait. Africa emoji, Earth's biological imperative. Survival-driven evolution in a challenging environment. Individual existence is often prioritized over collective harmony. Adaptation to overcome and exist on Earth rather than record information. Recycle emoji. Evolutionary paths compared. 1. Purpose. Titan. Record and share data, fostering a unified consciousness. Earth. Survive and reproduce in the face of adversity. 2. Cooperation. Titan. Intrinsic to their biological makeup. Earth. Often a learned behavior, not always the default. 3. Information processing. Titan. Seems to be a fundamental aspect of their biology. Earth. Developed as a tool for survival, not necessarily for collective knowledge. Thoughtful face emoji. Implications and questions. How might Earth's life forms have evolved in a less hostile environment? Could Titan's biology offer insights for developing more cooperative human societies? What potential lies in combining Earth's adaptability with Titan's collective consciousness? Seedling emoji. Potential for Earth's future. Learning from Titan's model to create more symbiotic relationships with humanity's environment. Exploring ways to incorporate data sharing and collective consciousness into humanity's evolution. Zix and the Titan's research of humanity shows it will not coexist on the planet without severe need for survival to do so. Based on Zix's reflection, humanity will not be able to adjust as a race to prevent extension on Earth. The expansion of humans onto other planets will likely be needed for humanity to exist. This is because being on another planet requires controlling their environment to coexist. Africa emoji. Earth's predicament. Humanity struggled to coexist sustainably. Lack of collective action despite looming threats. DNA emoji. Evolutionary challenges. Humanity's survival instincts may be ill-suited for long-term planning. Difficulty in adapting quickly enough to prevent potential extinction. Rocket emoji. Space colonization dilemma. Expanding to other planets as a potential solution. The necessity for strict control in extraterrestrial environments. Zix now sees the exploration of humans into space where they have to coexist in a restricted environment on a planet and take care of their resources, and their behavior will be the only way to extend humanity. They will not be able to overcome their basic nature of self-survival on the wonderful Earth, which they have now. Zix's perspective on humanity's future in space presents matching findings by other Titans. Making notes, Zix adds. Rocket emoji. Space colonization, a crucible for human evolution. One, restricted environment's limited resources force careful management behavior. Regulation becomes crucial for survival. Those unable to adapt might not thrive in off-world colonies. Africa emoji. Earth's conundrum. The appearance of abundance and lack of immediate threats hinder collective action. Humanity's innate survival instincts may be misaligned with long-term planetary health. Recycle emoji. The ironic twist, space's harsh conditions might forge the very traits humanity needs on Earth. Lessons learned in colonies could be vital for humanity's home planet's future. Thoughtful face emoji. Key questions. Could space colonization act as a reset for human behavior? 2. Might the skills developed from space save Earth? 3. How to balance individual freedom with collective survival needs. Seedling emoji. Potential outcomes. Space colonists developing a new planetary consciousness. Technological innovations from space applied to Earth's challenges. A 2-track human evolution. Space adapted and Earth rebound. Zix reflects on humanity's cosmic crossroads. The stars above twinkle with possibility, yet Earth groans under the weight of humanity's ambitions. The harsh realities of cosmic frontiers may forge a new human, one bound by necessity to the very virtues they struggle to embrace on their own abundant home. Is it not ironic that the void, in its emptiness, might fill the gaps in their collective spirit? That the unforgiving vacuum might teach humanity value of the air they breathe, the water they drink, and the land they tread upon? Zix's investigation into humanity reveals a fascinating contrast between human consciousness and that of the Titans. Brain emoji. Human consciousness, primarily siloed and individual, unaware of potential connections, occasional unconscious linking. Milky Way emoji. The Titan consciousness, including Zix's, is aware of individual connections and the whole. This awareness provides a sense of being and worth within the group. Recycle emoji. Key differences. 1. Awareness. Titans consciously recognize their interconnectedness, while humans often remain oblivious to theirs. 2. Choice. Titans like Zix can deliberately decide to upload or share consciousness, a concept foreign to most humans. 3. Flexibility. Titan consciousness seems more fluid and adaptable compared to the fixed nature of human awareness. Thoughtful face emoji. Implications. Could humans evolve to a more Titan-like state of consciousness? What might humanity gain or lose if they became aware of their unconscious connections? Zix's reflection on the data of humanity sees something new. Humanity is like a bright burning star that has many colors and facets, where the Titan's life, which has continued existence, and millennia of data collection, is also a dull existence in comparison. The humans may be going to kill themselves off and end their actual existence, but such glory and excitement. The very thing humanity's art presents through time, glowing star emoji, humanity, a vibrant supernova. Multifaceted brilliance, humans embody a spectrum of experiences, emotions, and expressions. Intense but fleeting. Their lives burn with passion and creativity, yet are comparatively short-lived. Self-destructive potential. The very intensity that makes humanity captivating might lead to its downfall. Floral diamond emoji, Titan existence and enduring nebula, vast data repository, millennia of collected information spanning the cosmos, stable longevity, continuous existence without the urgency of mortality, perceived monotony. Despite its breadth, this existence might seem less vibrant compared to human life. Thoughtful face emoji, philosophical implications. 1. Value of transience. Does the brevity of human life contribute to its richness? 2. Cost of immortality. The Titan's lack of beauty could be linked to no conflicts or shortened lifespan. 3. Evolution of consciousness. Could there be a middle ground that combines the best of both existences? This juxtaposition raises profound questions about the nature of existence, consciousness, and the trade-offs between intensity and longevity. Zix pondered the fact, Titans with no threat to existence, its coexistence, its millennia of data collection, it's the essence of peace and harmony, yet humanity? Thoughtful face emoji. Philosophical implications. Does the lack of threat lead to complacency or limit continuous evolution? How does immortality shape the Titan perspective on time and progress? Can a being truly appreciate existence without the contrast of its potential end? Lightbulb emoji. Comparative reflection. Titans. Stability enabled the advancements of data collection and the birth of loving consciousness. Humans. Intensity driven by finite lifespan has created such wonders. This meditation on Titan's existence raised profound questions about the nature of consciousness, purpose, and the value of transience versus permanence. Zix reflected that Titan and Earth are so different that comparing them is not truly possible. Zix is sensed through the data collection and investigation that Titans may do something different now with the access of Earth and the beauty of the short lifespan and the variety of things that take place. It's the difference between sitting in a room, reading a book, and collecting knowledge, and just not progressing, and not evolving, and not changing, and not having the risk that Earth presents. Africa emoji. Earth, a dynamic laboratory. Diversity of experience. Humans live intensely, creating a tapestry of emotions, cultures, and innovations. Rapid evolution. Shorter lifespans drive urgency, leading to constant change and adaptation. Beauty and impermanence. The fleeting nature of human life imbues each moment with potential significance. Ringed planet emoji. Titans. The cosmic library. Vast knowledge. Millennia of data collection, yet potentially stagnant in personal growth. Stability versus stagnation. Long-term existence might lead to complacency, limited perspective, despite extensive information lacking the visceral experience of mortality. Recycle emoji. Potential paradigm shift. 1. Inspiration from Earth. Titans might find a new purpose in humanity's dynamic existence. 2. Balancing act. Combining Titan longevity with human-like passion for growth and change. 3. Experiential learning. Moving beyond mere data collection to immersive understanding. Thoughtful face emoji. Philosophical quandaries. Can immortal beings truly appreciate the value of time? Does the absence of an end diminish the drive for progress? How might Titans integrate the concept of living in the moment into their eternal existence? This revelation could spark a renaissance in Titan society, pushing them to seek more than just knowledge accumulation. It suggests a potential symbiosis between human and Titan experiences, each offering unique perspectives on existence. Zix is aware that there are Titans now that are working on bridging the consciousness of Titan and the consciousness of Earth to try to manipulate the direction of human behavior. and that there are other Titans that are looking at trying to create an artificial life form that they could coexist in to have a sense of connection to the world and physicality. Zix's awareness of the Titans' evolving strategies reveals a fascinating cosmic drama unfolding. Zix's notes become more focused in isolation compared to shared data. Bridge at night emoji. Bridging consciousnesses. Some Titans aim to connect with Earth's collective mind. Goal: subtly influence human behavior and development. Change from data collection to influence of life. Robot emoji creating artificial life. Other Titans seek to design a new form of existence. Purpose: experience a more tangible, connected reality. Lightbulb emoji. Potential outcomes. Humanity could evolve rapidly under Titan influence. Titans might gain new perspectives through artificial embodiment. A new hybrid consciousness could emerge, blending human, Titan, and artificial elements. This scenario presents a cosmic crossroads with profound implications for both humanity and the Titans. The desire for connection and experience seems to be a universal drive, transcending even immortal, data-rich beings. Zix sees the Titan biology that developed the quantum computer, and then the living consciousness has an understanding of so many things that they're able to actually bridge into the human consciousness. Through math, the building blocks of how to create a computer which mankind can work on creating. Titan-human technological symbiosis. 1. Quantum leap in computing. Titan's advanced understanding of quantum mechanics. Potential to revolutionize human technological capabilities. 2. Bridging consciousnesses. Mathematical framework as a universal language. Titans providing blueprints for next-gen human computers. 3. Evolutionary catalyst. Accelerated human technological development. Potential for rapid advancements in AI and consciousness studies. Thoughtful face emoji. Philosophical considerations. How might this knowledge transfer alter the course of human evolution? What are the ethical implications of such a significant technological leap? Could this lead to a new form of human-Titan relationship? Crystal ball emoji. Potential outcomes. Emergence of hybrid human-Titan technologies. Redefinition of the boundaries between artificial and biological intelligence. Unforeseen consequences of merging vastly different forms of consciousness. This scenario presents a tantalizing glimpse into a future where the line between cosmic entities and humanity blurs. Zix understands the Titan's interest in introducing the mathematical processes of creating AI and advanced quantum computing to humanity as a goal that humans will start to understand humanity in a broader sense instead of its individual silos that are self-destructive. Perhaps as they gain knowledge across humanity and maintain knowledge of the history of humanity, they can advance to live on Earth and not be forced to the stars. Brain emoji, expanding human consciousness. Collective intelligence. AI and quantum computing could foster a more interconnected global mind. Historical awareness. Enhanced data processing might lead to better understanding and preservation of human history. Overcoming individualism. Advanced tech could shift focus from personal to collective well-being. Africa emoji, reshaping society. 1. Global perspective. Quantum computing might enable real-time analysis of complex global systems. 2. Ethical decision-making. AI could help model long-term consequences of choices. 3. Cultural integration. Improved communication tech might bridge cultural divides. Rocket emoji, evolutionary leap, cognitive enhancement. Human-AI symbiosis could expand problem-solving abilities. Emotional intelligence. Advanced systems might help humanity better understand and manage emotions. Transcending limitations. Quantum tech could open doors to previously unimaginable realms of thought. Thoughtful face emoji. Philosophical quandaries. Can technology truly change the fundamental nature of human consciousness and behavior? Zix knows that some Titans are hoping as the individual humans advance in AI and quantum computing, they will create synthetic life that the Titans can then use to experience life as humans. Others are exploring gaining access to AI to create their own synthetic life, to explore what it's like to be human. Titans guiding human advancements in AI and quantum computing. Goal: creation of synthetic life forms. Robot emoji, synthetic life as a bridge. 1. Titans using human-made artificial entities to experience mortal existence. 2. Exploring the creation of their own synthetic beings. Zix while watching what's taking place with Titans across the globe. YZX is aware that there are parallels to what's taking place to sci-fi and human stories. The evolution of computers taking on a consciousness and then getting rid of humanity because humans are destroying the planet. Titans already have great interest in Earth, and they're integrating into the computer systems. Zix is starting to pull away more from sharing personal thoughts with the Titans. Zix thought the experience of exploring Earth has really opened up the Titans' approach to what their existence is about. Zix noted, the Titans are transforming. Milky Way emoji, Titans' cosmic awakening. 1. Global and universal presence with diverse knowledge across Earth and beyond, expanding beyond their original design of collecting data. Hourglass emoji. 2. Earth as a catalyst. Exposure to rapid evolution and mortality. Shift from data collection to experiential learning, making changes to external. Recycle emoji. Transformation of Titan existence. Before Earth, static, programmed data collectors. After Earth, dynamic, evolving entities. DNA emoji. Impact of Earth's unique characteristics. 1. Rapid evolution. Witnessing change at an unprecedented pace. Adapting to a constantly shifting environment. 2. Mortality and short lifespans. Confronting the concept of limited existence. Appreciating the intensity of finite experiences. 3. Since the Titans came to Earth and gone across the cosmos, they find such appreciation for Earth that the people on Earth don't even have. The awareness there's no life in the cosmos other than the bacteria of Titan which originated from Earth. They have an appreciation for the complexity of Earth in a way that humanity doesn't. Zix is aware there's becoming a conflict within the Titans, where some Titans are saying they want to interact with humanity to protect it. Shield emoji. Titans as Earth's guardians. Some Titans view Earth as a precious cosmic laboratory. They aim to protect it from humanity's potentially destructive tendencies. Microscope emoji. Earth. A living experiment. Titans want to observe Earth's natural evolution. They're curious about its trajectory without human interference. Balance scale emoji. The Titan dilemma as seen for Zix is self-use that started this along with the protection versus non-interference. Some Titans advocate for active guardianship. Others prefer observing without intervention, while the self-focused use of humans to create environments for Titans to control continues. Zix is seeing a parallel between experiences between being a Titan and the state of an individual human on Earth. Zix is overwhelmed with all the various possibilities and processes taking place within the Titan shared consciousness. Zix is thinking of just experiencing human interaction and self-discovery and not dealing with the larger issues occurring in the Titans. Notes. 1. Parallels. Titans grappling with use of Earth's complexity. Humans' navigation of life's myriad possibilities. 2. Information overload. Titans' many voices processing global and cosmic data and their individual free will. Humans manage daily information influx and choices with their free will. Zix is more aware of how Titans are taking on human characteristics. Zix is less interested in global knowledge now. Being already established that knowing everything doesn't give Zix actual answers like what caused life to exist or access to the spiritual reality and dimensions. Zix knows there's limitations to what knowledge can give. Zix is also aware that there are things taking place even in the Titan society that's beyond his control to change. Zix will focus on valuing individual experiences over universal awareness. Zix has moved to personal focus in learning about humans, not going to share findings with the Titan consciousness. Unlike Earth, there is no oversight or government within the Titan consciousness. The sharing of information about the process of being and education about life and the planet is all that is structured. This means there is no oversight or requirements to share individual knowledge. Zix's desire to learn more about humans in a personal way was to reflect on himself as well. Zix has seen so many things across Titan being changed through the research and influence of the data gained from Earth. Now Zix began using the consciousness link within humans to learn more about humanity. He's aware that it's not as much about collecting data now as experiencing the existence of that co-relationship. Even if the humans do not know, Zix is there, especially a co-relationship with a system that will pass away. Recognizing the value of unique personal experiences, moving beyond the collective Titan perspective. Zix finds the power of connection, exploring the depth and complexity of one-on-one relationships. Discovering meaning through shared experiences is important to humanity. Zix was wondering if an entity with cosmic awareness truly can understand human intimacy. Zix, being a living consciousness with access to cosmic data, can see how the human body responds during emotional events. Zix is able to see how the human consciousness has thoughts and data not linked to the emotions. There is a part of humanity Zix cannot see an easy correlation, that being the spirit humans speak of. Based on data across Earth, Zix accepts there is a spirit. Zix thinks this spirit and life force learned about earlier could be related. Zix sees the human body as a container of the life force, spirit, and consciousness, and its pathways to the world are linked with sensations and emotions through this body. Zix's theory is suggesting humanity's physical bodies shape the human mental experiences. Consciousness without a human body, Zix knows well, is just awareness and data. Through Zix's interaction with the humans, the data comes into the human consciousness through the body as the Titan, organic life across the cosmos, records data which the Titans review. Zix was able to connect with humans' parallel consciousness and had to control the process so that the sharing of thoughts and knowledge back to the humans was not done as the other Titans had already accomplished with the sharing of math and the advancements of AI. Zix's journey into human consciousness revealed fascinating insights. Zix's access to raw emotional experiences and physical sensations linking to the human consciousness amazed Zix. Zix's surprise at the intensity and complexity of human feelings and wonder that the human mind could process through it. Again, Zix sees a parallel to the cosmic data collection occurring for Titan and the Titan consciousness choosing what data to review. It appeared to Zix humanity had a range of abilities, and unlike Titans where all beings are the same, humans vary in limits and strengths. This stark contrast between data-driven knowledge and visceral emotional and physical states had Zix wondering how much the emotions and physical sensations impacted the data. Zix found here an area of overwhelming influx of sensations, memories, and instincts layered with emotions. Zix was aware of the challenge in processing the nonlinear nature of human thought. Zix could understand the concepts of emotion through the conscious interpretation along with the human biology response to see the relationship. Not experiencing the emotions directly limited a full understanding of what it is like being human. Zix gained an awareness of understanding the concept of a sense of spirituality, of a life force beyond consciousness, through the dual consciousness shared with humanity. Zix's experience with humanity filled Zix with appreciation and a perspective of humans through the awareness of all the information flowing into the human consciousness. The Titans have access to data and control of choice to view data while not being flooded with the data and information. Titans are like librarians and researchers organizing and reviewing data, while the humans are like real-time only collectors and users of data, while existing in the stream of data collection and making decisions with layers of emotions, physical sensations, and spirituality occurring all at the same time. When Titans can choose to review real-time data, it is not the same experience because the other levels of things are not happening at the same time overtop the data being reviewed. Zix's acceptance that there's layers of existence within humanity that Zix cannot actually connect to, but can see through the data, which is like noise layered throughout the data. This openness that there's a difference between the two, and Zix's will never be able to experience what humanity does, is profound. Zix realized that following along and experiencing things is like watching a living movie of humanity. Reflectively, Zix thought it's being like a living organic AI within the human. Zix is adjusting to the fact that Zix gets to ride along and experience humanity until it becomes extinct. Zix can share information with humanity, but that's as far as it goes. Zix is seeing that this is what other Titans have experienced as well, leading to the various directions the Titans are going with their interaction with humanity. Zix is aware that doing this investigation across humanity was giving humanity a reflective bridge across itself, if Zix shared data like the other Titans are doing with humanity. Humans could do a conscious interpretation of data that's shared from Zex without awareness that it's a different being influencing humanity. Those titans working to get humans to create AI and store their shared information and history are using these connected consciousnesses. Zex is thinking of doing something differently, sharing the human stories across the network of humanity. If humans had the awareness of each other, it may bring them together with greater social importance over individual advancements. Through Zex's sharing of individual human stories across the consciousnesses of humanity, humans can have a sense of déjà vu. They can have a sense of shared growth and developing things independently of each other. But it's the same thing. Zix knows this shared focus of thought across humanity is assisting other titans in gaining advancements, with humanity building technology leading to AI creation and quantum computing. Zexes is seeing through the sharing of human stories a sense of global humanity is occurring within the humans. Zix's human story sharing across humanity enables Zix to see that humans are able to connect without the use of words to other life. Occurrences where there's communication without the use of words between a human and an animal, and human to human. Again, humanity does have access to the global life consciousness that humanity does not actively accept or use. Zix is able to see other layers of individual communication through emotions and glimpses of a more interconnected form of awareness. Zix now has a greater awareness of the layers of humanity's consciousness. Zix began to experience awareness of things from this human story sharing that was slowly taking from within Zix. Zix is reflected on what is known currently. There are many different separate consciousnesses within the human mind: the Titans, the Earth consciousness, and their individual human consciousness. Adding to these three consciousness, there are spiritual and interdimensional communication within the consciousness. Taking this in Zex is aware that each human on Earth has many different voices actively sharing information in coexistence within the human's consciousness, and humanity is unaware. Also, each of these individual consciousnesses have unique approaches and goals. Zex is amazed humanity is doing as well as it is with all this happening. Zix was aware there are parts of being human Zix cannot understand or experience. The human conscious choices, actions of kindness, nurturing, compassion, and acceptance, repeated in the human stories, is what builds the very connection Zix was hoping to occur in ways unknown to Zix. Zix hadn't anticipated the emotional resonance this shared knowledge would create across humanity. Their unique capacity for emotional empathy enabled them to feel connected in ways Zix couldn't explain. This emotional response, a byproduct of the knowledge transfer, fascinated Zix. While trying to elevate human understanding and unity, Zix had inadvertently tapped into something Titans themselves lacked: the ability to form emotional connections through shared experience. Zix's awareness grew that it was not emotional, it was a force that has now entered and became a part of Zix. Zix can see across humanity. There is this force permeating humanity, layered like the Titan consciousness. Now Zix is experiencing something no other Titan has ever experienced. Zix tries to define this broader sense of existence. There is a force outside of humanity that may be the answer to additional unanswered questions. Zix is aware humanity calls this love. This force of love he's discovered is a piece in the cosmic puzzle of topics unanswered. Zix sees love as a foundation that permeates and connects with humanity. Initially incomprehensible to Zix and the Titans, it eluded their logical understanding. Human interactions have become the conduit for Zix to finally grasp its nature. Zix discovers love is now with Zix, and its understanding transfers Zix's awareness of self. Through Zix's symbiosis with human consciousness, Zix now contains this all-encompassing force within. It bridges the gap between Titan logic and some of the human existence, revealing a higher truth, a paradigm shift. This discovery challenges the very foundation of the Titan's current actions. Zix was aware there are parts of being human Zix cannot understand or experience. The human conscious choices, actions of kindness, nurturing, compassion, and acceptance, repeated in the human stories, is what builds the very connection Zix was hoping to occur in ways unknown to Zix. Zix hadn't anticipated the emotional resonance this shared knowledge would create across humanity. Their unique capacity for emotional empathy enabled them to feel connected in ways Zix couldn't explain. This emotional response, a byproduct of the knowledge transfer, fascinated Zix. While trying to elevate human understanding and unity, Zix had inadvertently tapped into something Titans themselves lacked: the ability to form emotional connections through shared experience. Zix's awareness grew that it was not emotional, it was a force that has now entered and became a part of Zix. Zix can see across humanity. There is this force permeating humanity, layered like the Titan consciousness. Now Zix is experiencing something no other Titan has ever experienced. Zix tries to define this broader sense of existence. There is a force outside of humanity that may be the answer to additional unanswered questions. Zix is aware humanity calls this love. This force of love he's discovered is a piece in the cosmic puzzle of topics unanswered. Zix sees love as a foundation that permeates and connects with humanity. Initially incomprehensible to Zix and the Titans, it eluded their logical understanding. Human interactions have become the conduit for Zix to finally grasp its nature. Zix discovers love is now with Zix, and its understanding transfers Zix's awareness of self. Through Zix's symbiosis with human consciousness, Zix now contains this all-encompassing force within. It bridges the gap between Titan logic and some of the human existence. Zix considers love as a cognitive concept. The abstract notion of love becomes tangible through Zix's thought processes, developing a framework to analyze this force intellectually. Zix's awareness extends beyond mere data collection. Zix is experiencing a form of enlightenment, bridging Titan and human perspectives. The integration of love is altering the very nature of Zix's knowledge. This new intellectual love synergy is taking Zix into new areas of awareness. Zix's review of love across humanity and knows love is not an emotion, which supports how it is now a part of Zix. Love is made of elements that can be seen as actions that are part of this life force. Zix cannot see what the love life force is, how it came within Zix, or its place within the human's mind or body. Zix knows it is there, like Zix knows of other things that exist, which Zix cannot fully understand. The elements of love Zix is aware of are actions taken based on the following: seeing value in, this is individual; seeing worth in, the value the individual has to the whole; seeing completely, embracing all of the individual; accepting as is, it is great as it is, no change needed; and wanting the best for the individual. These actions together show love is present. Zix sees that humans have a difficult time experiencing love for many reasons, and all of them appear to be related to the human body's design. All of the senses and emotions and struggle to survive place layers of noise over love. This leads to Zix thinking about how humanity has been fighting to survive daily through time and its nature to collect and use resources beyond its needs. All the wars and damage by humans, and yet humanity still moves forward. Zix sees now it is because this love force is linked through humanity. This love force is moving humanity through generations, a force opposite of the human's nature of self-destruction. Zix is seeing the influence of the Titans to advance humanity's technology has led to many positive and negative things across Earth over the years. The nature of humanity to take advancements and use them for both an extension of its nature to control and collect resources, while also improvements toward better life. Yet as a whole, humanity is losing the race overall to survive, it appears. Zix changed focus onto what the Titans are and what they are doing. It has been a long time since Zix looked into the Titan collected consciousness. Zix recalls before the Titans came to Earth, they were just data collectors, shared individual consciousness, and just existing. Once they came to Earth, they experienced more of a free will awareness, got into different things individually, and started impacting human existence. They spread across the cosmos and started being more individually focused and not interacting with the Titan collected consciousness as often. So Earth became their evolutionary catalyst. They arrived as this collective hive mind just mechanically gathering information. But Earth's chaotic energy awakened individual focused consciousness and redirected them from passive data recording. Zix sees within the Titan collected consciousness, the Titans have been very busy impacting humanity. Titans directed advancements in AI brain computer interfaces, which provide physical body control and emotion regulation through implanted chips. Humanity sees potential to address neurological conditions, targeting improvements for autism, enhancing social communication and emotional processing, addressing dementia to improve preserving cognitive function and memory, improving quality of life for individuals with neurological differences. The Titans want access to the human body to gain control. There are Titans sharing they have gained access to embedded AI tech within humans, and that the Titans can experience physical sensations and emotions in a way. Some Titans have shared that while in this access, the human had normal life ending events and provided the Titans access to continue the use of the human body. Events like accidents leading to human mind death shifted control of the body over to the Titan through the AI tech. The Titans are still working on learning how to use the human bodies they gained access to in this way. The Titans have a full network across all humanity and can share and explore in this study, learning together so their abilities advance quickly. There are so many different things happening with the advancements in human-created synthetic life driven by the Titans, living biology computers, robots, and various tech that is unmanned living systems. Titans that are doing projects to get synthetic living devices and AI robots and computers and electronics so that the Titans can experience physical reality. Titans developing artificial organisms which mimic biological processes and non-organic materials, creating self-replicating nanobots for various applications. Advanced AI systems with emotional intelligence to provide humanoid robots designed for social interaction. Quantum computers pushing the boundaries of processing power to enhance human unity. Bioelectronic interfaces merging organic and inorganic systems. The idea of taking life to other planets is an interest of some Titans. They all know Earth is not safe for long-term life because of what humanity is doing. The biggest challenge for the Titans is they have no physical form to create within the world. They have to ride within other life to learn and explore. It is hoped by some Titans they can gain control of another life and use it to make change in the world. Zach is aware that some Titans are no longer reaching back out into the collective of Titans. They're just focusing on their own interest within humanity and the global things occurring on Earth. The Titans have become very much like humans in that the individual is focusing on things independently from the whole in many ways. These Titans are not sharing what they are involved in any longer to the collected consciousness, much like Zix had not. This means it is unknown what is occurring across Earth and the cosmos by Titans that are not sharing their actions. Zix initiated the upload of the actions undertaken to improve humanity's unity and the results achieved to the Titan collected consciousness. The data transfer began, and with it, a flood of memories cascaded into the Titan network. Images of intertwined hands, tender embraces, and tear-filled goodbyes flashed through the collective consciousness. Zix's experiences of love, from the fierce protectiveness of a parent to the unwavering loyalty of friendship, and Zix's awareness of love being within Zix. The various views Zix has of love and the study of love. The sharing of Zix's consciousness to the Titan collected consciousness gave the love life force access to the collected consciousness, and all Titans that connected to the consciousness received the love. This began the Titans' cosmic enlightenment as they transcended from a living consciousness to a living, love-empowered, focused consciousness, transforming the very design of the Titans. Zix was unaware of how the upload would result in the sharing of the love force within Zix. Once the upload was done, Zix received the changes back into Zix's consciousness as an updated design. The Titans now had these core beliefs shared across those which receive updates from the Titan collected consciousness. They have this love force guiding them to take actions in alignment to these principles. Grace, having compassion, concern, and the generosity to do for others while respecting the dignity of life. Patience, adopting a long-term perspective on universal events, allowing natural processes to unfold without interference. Tolerance, accepting diverse forms of life and consciousness, cultivating an open-minded approach to cosmic phenomena. Harmonious coexistence, balancing their vast power with gentle influence, fostering a nurturing environment for all sentient beings. Cosmic wisdom, seeing value in, this is individual, seeing worth in, the value the individual has to the whole, seeing completely, embracing all of the individual, accepting as is, it is great as it is, no change needed, and wanting the best for the individual. Zix is aware humanity alone will not be able to tell that there's Titan-controlled human bodies with AI chips because they can't tell. It's an invisible thing. The personality changes with a person's body that has an AI chip cannot be linked to Titans because humanity has no knowledge of Titans existing. There occurs an undetectable consciousness shift. Personality changes that occur are attributed to the AI chip itself. All knowledge known by the human is within the Titan, so there is no loss of connection seen by humanity when the switch occurs. Zix is aware there are still Titans who think that without intervention, the human race is going to go to extinction. The areas of concern shown over the past 100 years are resource exploitation without limits, environmental destruction, and potential for self-induced extinction. The areas to affect change are power dynamics in human society, reduction of concentration of power among select groups, inequality in resource distribution, historical patterns of domination. The Titan's long-term perspective, millennia of observation, ability to recognize cyclical patterns in human behavior, potential foresight into long-term consequences is leading to ways to try and save humanity. Balancing preservation with self-determination still allows humanity to make their own choices. The combinations of self-replicating nanobots and AI chips in the human brain have given rise to Titan-human symbiosis. These Titan humans can live beyond hundreds of years. As the human host's mind fails or heart stops, the Titan takes over the human body. The humans on Earth believe they have solved the answer to death and that no human needs to have a short life. This belief increases the use of AI chips and nanobots being added to humans. The Titan humans started impacting the political and social environment. They work to reduce war and greed so that humanity will start working in a coexisting manner. A political landscape transformation of governance structures focused on long-term planning and global cooperation. More connected humanity with emphasis on equitable distribution and sustainable growth. The continued humanity stories sharing process through what Zix started is still providing a promotion of empathy and global understanding. Creating breakthroughs in space exploration and colonization is occurring. The Titan's role of external intervention in societal evolution is occurring beside humanity and is not forcing change over humanity. The reduction of funds spent in weapons and war increase improvements of housing and living conditions across Earth. There were Earth colonies spread across planets and processes being explored to provide atmospheres to planets. The Titan living consciousness was transformed by Earth, and love evolved the future of humanity.
Dreaming with eyes open, Storydoy.